All right. What is up, disc golfers? It's Raul back from SoCal Disc Golf. I'm going to be going through the Mirada Open Layout today. Awesome enough. I have some drone footage courteous of Robin Bowers. So thank you, Robin, for getting me that. So I'll be able to show you the whole previews with some drone footage and then just commentate on my practice round. So hope you guys enjoy. So starting off on hole one, we got a 340-foot par 3, OB right from that tree, also Mando left of that tree, and then hazard left of the gutter and beyond. I'm going with my MD3, just trying to hit it dead straight so that way it doesn't get pushed right down the hill or fade back into the gutter. And I just hit it a little bit higher than I want, so it does fade out at the end there, but it is a putt for par from the hazard. All right, hole two, it's about 360-foot par 3, Mando left of this tree here, as well as an OB line that pretty much goes straight back from that tree. So you really want to just push a straight backhand or a big forehand hyzer. Give yourself a putt, hopefully inside the circle, because it's going to be dead putt. And I do that, throw kind of a pushing hyzer out to the left, and skip up there, give myself a putt. Hole 3, this one will definitely be playing as one of the hardest on the course. You have to hit that double Mando off the tee. It is a par 5, then your second shot will hopefully be somewhere up this hill. Then your third shot is up the hill and to the back corner where this basket is with OB right behind it. So gotta hit this double Mando off the tee and then kind of work your way up from there. I miss it way off. So now shooting from the drop zone, it's in between the double Mandos. Trying to just get up and really salvage a bogey at best from that point. So now I got a little upshot and I juice it. Luckily, I hit the tree, so I'll give myself a putt for the bogey. Go ahead and send that way long, have my comebacker. Ooh, tough miss. It's alright, I won't miss that in the tournament, right? Alright, hole 4, it's the first of the par 4s. You gotta go left of this first tree, it's a Mando. You really want to just hit a big turning Sky Annie shot, maybe a backhand roller or a forehand. Then you're shooting down the hill into this green, which is OB left of the gutter and OB long. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm throwing my Havoc on a huge Anheuser line, nose down, and I get it to turn the whole time and pan out at the end. I do have this tree in front of me for my hyzer line, so I throw kind of just a high hyzer over the tree, and it filters down and pretty much parks the hole, so that's how you play it. Hole 5, this is just normal hole 10 on the Lakeside's hole. However, there is a OB line that is on the middle of the hill just below this dirt patch on the left, as well as OB gutter and beyond. So you do have to throw a shot that's turning the whole time but doesn't turn too much and just lands on the hill to give yourself a putt. Try to do that. I kind of pull it a little bit and I keep it too high, so even if it didn't hit that tree, it would have kept turning and gone out of bounds. So I am throwing out of bounds on my upshot here, trying to skip one up there. Gets a weird reaction off the gutter, but give myself a putt. Hole 6 here, we've got a Mando left by where that sign is. So you really want to just push something straight, kind of skip as left as you can and stay up on top of this hill. So that way you can be looking down at the basket and throw like a overstable fairway off to the right or even a mid-range to skip up there and give yourself a putt. So that's exactly what I do. I throw my Halo Destroyer on a hyzer, hoping to skip it left there and just give myself a good lane. I do. I'm looking right at the basket. Maybe a little more left would be optimal, so that way this dead tree on the right isn't in my way. I throw my Sexton Firebird and it just pushes way too straight. It's about a foot in bounds from the sidewalk. On to hole 7. This is another hole that I think will be playing very hard. You have to shoot it through the double mando here between this left tree and the right one. Get down the sidewalk right and street left are all OB. You really want to get yourself out around here so that way you can give yourself about 400 uphill past these trees, and then that's how you get your look for birdie. But a par is going to be good on this one. There will be a lot of high scores. I send my DD3 right down the middle, pure it about as good as I can, but it gets a late skip on the flat grass down there and goes OB. So this is my shot for par. Kind of just crank and rip it over so that way it doesn't fade out and go left. Hits one of those late trees, so I'll be pitching up and getting my bogey. So you definitely want to be in bounds off the drive. Another par 4 here, a position that I do not think we have seen before. You want to throw it over these trees here, put yourself as far out, and really what I think you want to be as close to the hill without being on the hill as possible, so that way you can have a flat run up but also see the basket. Then you can throw a straight mid-range shot or a big hyzer onto the island green.
Ready.
I try to throw the hyzer, but I just throw it way too high so I don't get out that far. So for my second shot, I'm just throwing another hyzer, trying to just land it on the hill and really just pitch up for my par, which is exactly what I end up doing. Yep. All right, hole 9, final hole of the front 9. We have a par 4 here, OB, gutter, and right, as well as an OB line on the left side of this hill here, kind of just in line with this tree. And then from this pole on the right up to the gutter is also OB. So you want to land yourself on that hill and then throw kind of a flat shot at this basket that doesn't really deviate too much right or left. I feel my nuke comes out a little bit early. You definitely want to get a little bit of turn out of it. As you see, I was a little frustrated. I thought it was going to go OB. Luckily, it did stay in bounds. So my second shot, I'm trying to throw a nose down. It's a PD. So I'm trying to play that right side and have it skip back. I turn it over a little bit too much. So it goes OB early. I missed my upshot, but I got up and down for the bogey. All right, so hole 10, pretty cool hole here. It's a 2-shot par 4. You want your first shot to be around the normal basket position or as close to the gutter as you can. Then your second shot will be over the OB onto this island here. You really want to push the right side OB line, as a lot of the shots will kind of filter to that OB left. I'm throwing my nuke here. I put it a little higher than I want, so I don't push the gutter as much as I would like to, and I end up giving myself a really long shot into the green. So like I said, I push the right side here as the shots do typically filter left at the end, and I just give myself a long look here. All right, hole 11, you have this up the gut line. It's about 280-foot par 3, so you can take that up the gut, or you can throw a hyzer around the right side. There's a couple different options, but really just a short hole that you want to pick up your birdie. I am opting for the up the middle route. I pull it a little bit, I get lucky through the trees, and I will be giving myself a putt for the birdie. Hole 12 here, it is the normal hole 4 on the backside that we all know and love. It is in the deep position, so you really just want to throw something inbounds past that tree on the right. Give yourself a forehand or a big backhand turnover to land on the island peninsula green.
Push!
Once again, I throw my nuke on a little bit too much hyzer. I will still have a play for the green. I'm going to try to just throw a forehand hyzer that pushes to the island. However, I turn it over and send it straight out of bounds. So I'll be looking to get up and down for my bogey. Hole 13, this is the infamous hole that Simon threw a huge hyzer over all the houses on and gave himself an eagle look. Really, it's just a hyzer out to the right around this landing area, and then you have a straight shot with a mid-range, maybe a forehand up to the green. Should be a relatively easy birdie if you put yourself in position. I'm actually throwing a cut roller here, trying to cut it a lot more than I did, get it down on a really steep cut angle, just pushing left the whole time. So I kind of put myself at a weird angle where I feel like forehand is my best look, and I just release it a little too early and a little too hyzer. So try the backhand for my second shot, works out perfectly, pretty much park the hole with the backhand. Yeah. Hole 14, this is a fun hole. You really have a lot of options and a lot of gaps to hit off the fairway. You can go up this, you can go up the left, you could go up the right, and then wherever you land, you will either have a backhand hyzer under these trees or maybe a forehand hyzer off to the left that you will be pushing back behind this hill to just to the right of this tree with the OB cart path and parking lot beyond. So I'm actually throwing a roller, trying to just push it straight. It does fade up the hill a little bit more than I want it to, but I do have a look just with some awkward footing there, so I kind of pull it off to the right, give myself a long look there, and it going down the hill, I miss in front of the basket, give myself a little comebacker, get those out of my system. There's player 2. This is a fun hole. We're teeing off a little bit behind the normal par 3 tee pad. So it's OB left, OB right in the parking lot, and then Amando left of this pole on the right. So you can either throw a forehand over the street or just a straight backhand, and then you'll have 350 to 300 or so, depending on how much you bite off onto the drive, with OB path long right, and then the street is all OB as well. So I opt for the forehand just because I feel like I can put it on hyzer, get it out there, and then I'll always be giving myself a shot for the birdie. The one thing I tell myself is to keep this shot low. What do? Throw it straight into the tree there. So I'm going to be trying to get up and down for my par, throw my slammer up there, pretty much park it, get the par there. This is another one of those holes that can easily be a round ruiner. Double Mando, about 100 feet off the tee, OB left, OB right. The perfect landing zone is about where the normal par 3 position, which is about here. Then you have another double Mando with a very tight green and OB left and right. Good luck, and a birdie is great on this one. I opt for the miss the Mando play. So I'll be throwing from the drop zone. It's definitely important that you make the Mando here, and then if you don't, you really want to get your second shot up there so that way you can salvage the bogey, because I was back there. Still had to make a good shot to give myself a putt for the bogey, and I end up taking a 6. Hole 17 here, it's just normal hole 13, OB left in the outfield, OB right, and OB long. You really just want to get something that turns over the whole time and lands softly on the hill. That's exactly what I do. I throw my Sexton Firebird, it holds the line to the right most of the time, then kind of fades out up the hill here. I give myself a long look and just barely miss it right. All right, hole 18. We got a par 5 to finish us off. We got OB right, OB long, OB left at this light pole up to the left double mando. So you really want your first shot to be by that fence. Then your second one will hopefully be on the left side of this path before this left double mando, and then shoot up through the double mando to give yourself a putt for the birdie 4. I send my nuke a little bit too right, but it does get a good kick. Kind of puts me by this fence here, like I was saying. I just send my Rive on a hyzer. It does push a little bit too straight, pushing the OB there because it is before, it's before the gutter, as you'll see. And I am just laying up with my Rock X3 in front of the double mando for my par and pitching up to get my 5-10 my round, which I don't think is going to be the worst. Alright guys, thanks again for watching, and thank you again to Robin Bowers for giving me this drone footage. It was awesome, and I hope you all enjoyed it. It definitely made breaking down these holes a lot better. And sorry for that practice round camera quality. I actually had the camera on the wrong settings and was even debating posting this video, but I figured it would be better to put it out rather than not, as we have this big tournament coming up. So good luck to everyone who's playing, and thank you for watching.